Hello everyone, and welcome back to EVE Online tutorial series, episode 1D, Mining, yet again. So this time around, as you can see, I'm already in space. Just jumped through to the Weraroi system. I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced. And I wanted to introduce you guys to scanning down belts. So obviously you can access belts through the asteroid belts thing here, and that'll give you your stock belt in the system. However, in some systems you are going to find scanned down belts, which will usually have higher quality ores than what you'll find in the stock belts in the system. In order to find these, what you need to do is go down here to the scanner button, click that, and then go over here to the probe scanner, click that. That'll pull up this display for you. Now what you're looking for is a cosmic anomaly. It'll be all green, an ore site group, and then it'll tell you what's in it. In this particular one we have jaspit, kernite, and amber. So it'll pull it up. You also get all sorts of other stuff, combat sites and cosmic signatures. So I'm going to warp to this jaspit, kernite, and amber site. It'll take just a moment here. So these belts are scattered throughout the game. They randomly appear. They're random on what they consist of, how big they are, where exactly they're located. So if you bookmark one and you finish mining it out and it despawns, which is what happens when you finish mining it out, it will not reappear in the same location. It won't even necessarily reappear in the same system or even the same region. These things are random. So, let's get into the mining display here. So, yeah, kernite, amber. Looks like someone's already mined out all the jaspit, but that's fine. So, I am going to start approaching some kernite here. And so that's the basics of finding these ore sites. They're actually really valuable. Most people who are really into mining will be checking for these, and they just pop up when you jump in the system. You don't have to do anything beyond opening up your scanner. That's it. But, you know, some people aren't quite as familiar with them. Some people are just trying to go out into a belt and mine, so you'll find a little bit less people in these belts than you would the mainstream belts. But the people you'll find in them tend to be a tad more dedicated, because that's, you know, they know what they want. They're after specific things. And one other thing with the scanned belts that you'll find is that you'll only ever see rocks that are listed in the description of the site. So this particular site, jaspit, kernite, and amber, is only going to have those three rocks. It's not going to have any of the lower grade stuff at all. So let me lock on to this kernite rock over here and change the crystal. I'll explain mining crystals in another video. But just to give you an idea, this is a Tech 2 thing when it comes to mining. It's just a way of getting more ore faster. So, this belt and all ore site scanned belts will be persistent for about, I think, 2 days. I think they stick around for 2 days. And then they'll despawn. Or, if they're mined clear, they'll also despawn. So if all of the asteroids are mined out from them. It's generally, if you're really going for the money, it's generally a good idea to bounce around between a few systems to see if there's anything worth mining. You won't always, but sometimes you will. Okay, so this is actually the second thing I wanted to cover. Combat while mining. Alright, so we've got these 3 NPC pirates that warped in here. Now thankfully I have drones, which I haven't grouped. That's not good of me. I have drones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch my drones, right click on it and launch drones. And just to give you an idea, I'm going to start locking these 3 NPCs. When you're mining, your defense is drones. You don't have any room for turrets or anything like that. You're limited entirely to drones. So you want to make sure that you've always got a pack of combat drones with you. Every opportunity you get, you want to have those combat drones with you. Now, the largest of the mining barges, the Coveter and its Tech 2 equivalent, the Hulk, will have enough room in their drone bay for a full set of light combat drones and a full set of mining drones, which can be very handy. Which means that you can, with the Hulk, get that extra bonus of having mining drones out, and then recall them when something nasty comes in, and switch out to the attack drones to take it out. It's really handy. So as you can see, I just took out those 3. And yeah, you can see their salvage right there, their wrecks. So if you had like a buddy who had a salvager, he could salvage the wrecks from the NPCs you kill. You don't get very much, you don't get too many in, maybe 1 or 2 groups every hour or so, roughly, that come in. And it's usually about between 2 and 4 ships-ish. So. But drones are very important. Any mining ship you have should have combat drones, because you will get jumped by NPCs and you need to make sure that you can cover yourself with it. What I'll usually do, because I actually like mining in a retriever, and it's only got drone bay enough for 5 light attack drones, is I will just deploy the drones and let them sit out there. Don't have to worry about them at all. Anything comes in and shoots me, I have enough defensive capability with my shields and armor to easily tank them until the drones do their work. I also have maximum drone skills, so they tend to go out pretty fast. But there's other ways of going about it. You can be very active with it, locking NPCs as they come in and manually targeting your drones. That's a way of doing it too. That's what I had just done, as you saw, locking them and then, right-clicking here and engage target. But yeah, you need to make sure you have some combat drones with you when you're mining. Now again, all the information that I provided to you in these past few episodes is information for high sec. If you're in low sec or null sec, the rules change a bit. And I'll be covering those kinds of minings at different times in later episodes. So, I'm going to break the video here and dock and cover a little bit more for you. So the next thing I want to cover with you guys is mining in a fleet. In other words, with other people. So as you can notice, my alternate character, Karin Sayas, is on, and I've actually got her in a belt right now doing some mining. And so what I want to show to you guys is what the benefits of mining in a fleet are, beyond just being able to do it with other people, and also what some of the specific bonuses that you get for mining in a fleet are. But before I do that, I need to cover how to form a fleet, and this will be a basic overview, just enough so that you can get a small mining group together of less than a dozen people, and start mining with some basic bonuses going on. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's the basics. When you've got someone you want to invite into a fleet, you right-click the name and click Form Fleet With. If you're not in a fleet, that's what you'll get, Form Fleet With. So then you'll get this display coming up, and when the other person accepts, like right now, their name will pop up. Now if you've invited them, then you're going to start as the leader of the squad. Now think of a squad as a group of people. A squad can hold as many people as you have skills for. And let me pull up those skills for the moment here. Let's see here. Leadership. And I believe it's the leadership skill here. So. Allows command of a squadron. Increases maximum squadron size by 2 members per skill level, up to a maximum of 10 members. And it also grants a 2% bonus to fleet members' targeting speed per level. So what this means is that at level 5, the maximum, your squad, your squadron, when you form a fleet, can have 10 people in it. So that's 10 people in the squad plus you as the squadron leader. So, and you need to have leadership in order to be able to do this. You need to have it at least level 1. It's very easy to train, take you like 15-20 minutes tops to get to level 1, so you can have 2 people join you in your squad. Now, the squad bonuses thing, the 2% per level bonus, or 10% at level 5, how that works. When you're in a squad and you've got this fleet view up, you'll see this little check, hopefully it's a green checkbox, and it'll say bonuses are applied in this system from squad booster. So let me break this down. This is a little bit complicated. What's going on here is that those bonuses that you get, that 10% targeting speed boost from level 5 leadership, you will get when you are in a squad and you have squad members in system. So you have to be in the same system and you have to be in a squad in order to get those benefits. So now right now I've got those benefits because that's a green check mark. If it was not a green check mark, if it was a red X, what that would mean is that I'm not getting any bonuses. And if you hover over it, it'll tell you exactly why that's the case as well. Now, the other very important thing is who is the squad booster. You can tell that by seeing this sort of white cross here. You hover over it, it says squad booster, and you can change that around. Now, what does that mean exactly? That's the person whose skills are being used to give you their bonuses to squad groups, like the 2% per level bonus from leadership. And the other one we're interested in here as well is mining foreman. Basic proficiency at coordinating mining operations grants a 2% bonus to fleet members' mining yield per level. So there's an extra 2% bonus to yield. Grab more ore per cycle per level of this. And at level 5, that's a 10% bonus. That's pretty good. So now I'm currently set as the booster and I have level 5 of that. However, Karin has better skills in other areas of leadership. There's leadership skills that give you bonus to the amount of shields you have, the amount of armor you have, to your agility, and I think additional bonus was one additional one for lock time. Let me just double check that. Information warfare, targeting range. So yes, so you can have through just skills, you have bonuses to a total of 6 things. To your targeting times, your targeting range, your armor amount, your shield amount, your agility, and your mining amount. And they're all at 2% per level, and they all cap out at 10% at the 5th level. So now that I'm in the fleet, and it's got the squad thing set up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to warp to Karin because she's already doing her mining thing and all that. So right click, warp to member, or you can choose the range. I have mine set default to 0. I'm going to warp right there.
Warp drive active.
And that'll take just a moment. So there's a lot more to this fleet thing than I'm overviewing here, and if you're interested in, how the bonuses work and how you coordinate things like that, there's even different audio channels for different layers of the fleet. There's the squad level, the wing level, and the fleet level. There are other places you can get that information, and I'll see if I can post a link to such a place in the comments section on this. But what I covered is your bare bones basics for doing fleet stuff. And you always want to have the person with the best fleet skills be your fleet booster, because only their skills are going to be applied to your mining. So here I am. I'm in. Punch up my survey scanner. And ching. And no kernite. Okay. Oh, what do I want to mine? I'll mine some plagioclase. And again, I'll be covering the mining crystals thing later on. For the moment, just think of them as like ammo for mining. So, there are other bonuses that you can get from fleet as well, but they have to do not with skills. Those skills do play a role, but with the particular ships that you're flying and the particular modules that you're using on those ships. And I will be covering those in a later episode. So in this particular episode, I've covered a few additional basics. I've covered how to find scanned belts, why you should always have drones with you, even though I know at the moment I don't. It's because I accidentally left them. Accidentally left them at the mining site I was at before. Another important note, always recover your drones. I'm really bad at this, so do as I say, not as I do. Why you should always bring combat drones with you, and some basics on how to use them. And mining in a group. Because ultimately what happens when you're mining in a group is you get more ore. I'll also, in a later episode, be covering some more advanced mining tactics for groups as well. Having different people do different particular roles instead of, just having people group together in mining. And at some point, I'll also start to cover more about mining in low security, null security, and wormhole space, though those are going to be much later on down the line. I want to cover all of the basics for high security space mining before I get into those. So that's it for this episode, and thanks so much for watching.